Okay guys, we're walking up to Art Lilley Campground area, and then there's Falls Dam parking. I hiked here a few miles, so I am panting a little bit. We'll do a little walk around and see what's here to show you guys. Important to note is you can't have fire rings at trailheads, and this is a trailhead. There's a ramp to unload off-road vehicles, and there's some signage here. We'll walk up and take a look at that. There's your loading, unloading, some animal-proof garbage, and here's a billboard sign. Welcome to Baden Lake Recreation Area. It's got lots of rules, different things. You can bring your off-road vehicles out here. Again, it's $5 a day, $30 annual. And I do believe you may be allowed to overnight here in the parking lot with no amenities, but don't quote me on that. It is worth noting that on the way in, within half a mile, there's like a group camp area. Looks like it holds 4 or 5 people. And then a little further down, there was a single campsite. So there is camping available before you get here that has fire rings, but no electric or water or any of those things. You don't get those for free. And on this map, we are down here. And I walked through the woods and on the road from here. It's a good nature walk. Okay, there are a few people playing around. This entrance into here is wide enough and large enough for a vehicle. This is just past that sign we were just reading. And it looks like there's campsites here. I don't know if it's something that you're supposed to walk in or if you're allowed to drive in. There are vehicle tracks, but I don't know enough to know whether you're allowed to drive a street vehicle in here to camp. But there's a tree fell on a fire pit there. There's another fire pit here. It goes over there to some more areas. So I'm not sure if you can drive in or if you're supposed to park in the parking lot and walk into camp. But there's some more fire pits over there in the distance. There's definitely ample parking to hang out here. And by ample parking, I meant ample camping. This is a small section of your off-road trail. I don't know exactly where this leads. I'm going to walk it for a little while. See if it's just a trail or if it actually leads down to somewhere. It's not very well marked. Was this something about falls or something? Whatever it said. I will cut this here and get back to you in a minute. This continues riding and continues going downhill and around a ways. I'm going to head back to the parking area and see what was off that second trail that was to the right. Okay, I'm back into these campsites we were at a minute ago. And there are barrier breaks in the barricades, and you have signs here. No motor vehicles beyond that point. I am assuming you can drive back to these campsites. I will double check the sign out front, but I don't see any signs that prohibit you from having, bringing your vehicles back until you get to these barricades. So I think you're all good for using these camps, but I will get back to you on it. There are a list of rules here which are worth noting. You've got no more than 2 vehicles per campsite, unless they're motorcycles or bicycles. You're not supposed to be publicly nude, which is probably a public service. Seeing a lot of people here, you probably wouldn't want to look at nude anyways. And somewhere down here it says no alcohol, no marijuana, no drugs. All the good, normal stuff. But everything looks good here. This is a wide open gate. There's nothing here that says no motor vehicles. It's obviously wide enough. It's not prohibited. There's no signage. So you can drive down to those campsites that we videoed with the fire pits and whatnot. Those are public access you can drive down to. We're going to walk back to the entry here. There was a road that went to the right. We're going to take that and see where it goes. Okay, this says Campground Falls to the right. So we're going to go down that road, see what's offered down here. But in between these two trails, if you have a off-road vehicle and you want to get a little muddy, they've got a nice little mud pit for you to play in. That looks like a lot of fun. Signage walking in. Large parking spot, some pit bathrooms there. Again, telling you not to have fire rings in the trailheads. We'll walk over to here. There's another loading ramp. Other signs. Guess they'd like you to not have fireworks with the 4th of July coming up. Just let that sit there for a second. So off of that parking lot, you can camp in that parking lot, but off of that, you've got some campsites in the woods. There's a fire pit, some firewood, some others back there. Haven't walked back there, but beyond those trees, there's some more clearing. There may be some camping spots here, but you have to stay in the parking lot, and then you can come back here and park in these little, camp in these little areas. And it appears somebody left their tent. Which there is a rule about not cutting down anything alive in the national forest. I'm pretty sure this breaks those rules, but if you need a place to live, here's a small house for you. Pan around. I do believe there were some trails that went off on the right side of the parking lot coming in, so we're going to walk through the woods to that area. Here's another fire pit, so this will be a camp area. Obviously this one hasn't been used in a little while. Several other campsites, one here, one back there. There's another ahead there with a bunch of trash in the fire pit. So there's you've got all your ATV off-roading fun you can have here. And they've also got, free dispersed camping, I guess, in the parking lot with no fires. Over here with fires. And then the other areas we saw previously that you can drive up to and camp. And there's another campsite back here. So there is a lot of available free camping out here. Obviously, this area will be noisier than others, especially on the weekends because of the four-wheelers, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, and things like that. But they do have free camping, and there is a restroom available, but there is no water source that I've seen out here. So I would definitely pack in all your water. So this essentially is what is here for your use. I will end this video here.